Hi children, how are you? So last class we discussed about feeding habits of animals. Okay, so what are the living things? Animals and plants are the living things. Why animals need food? So living things need food to grow and to get energy. That's why animals need food. Animals need food. Okay children, so how where they get food? From the plants. From the plants they get the food. So most food provided from plants. That's why these are the food producers. These are called, plants are called the food producers to the all living things. To the all living things. Okay children, so depend upon a food what they take. Okay, so these all animals are grouped into different, mainly three groups. How means what they take depend upon their food. So mainly first one, herbivores. Herbivores, carnivores, third one omnivores. So these are the three categorized depending upon what they take. We grouped into three categories. So one is the herbivores. Herb means plants. Which animals are take plant products or plants, those are called the herbivores. So next one, carnivores. What are the carnivores? Carnivores means these animals are depend upon other animals for their food. For their food. So other animals means these are eat flesh of other animals. Next, omnivores. Omnivores means these animals eat plants and animals. Plants and animals. These are the main categorized what they are taking. Depend upon what they are taking. Now we discuss about the feeding habits of animals. Feeding habits of animals. Most of the animals are feeding their foods in different ways. Some are swallowing, some are chewing, some are tearing, some are nibble their food, some are lap their food, some are suck their food in different ways. What animals are follow these feeding habits? Now we discuss children. First one, some animals feed their, some animals swallow their food. Some animals swallow their food. Example, swallowing. Some animals swallow their food. So what are those animals? So first, birds. Birds. Yeah, if you observe the birds do not have teeth. If you observe the birds do not have teeth. So that's why these animals, these birds are swallow their food. Swallow their food. So next one, snakes. Snakes, if you observe the snakes, here also no teeth. That's why the snakes also swallow their food. Sometimes the snakes swallow bigger than these animals. Okay children, how it possible? How it possible means if you observe the snake's jaws, that can have the upper jaw, lower jaw like this. When it can swallow their food bigger than that, at the time these two jaws are open. After then it can swallowing. Okay children, so here the snake's jaws are very helpful to them swallow the prey. Okay children, next one, next process, tongues. Through the tongue, for example, frog and lizards. Here these are using tongue with the help of tongue if you observe the frog that can have the long tongue, long sticky tongue. So when near the frog, prey is there means this is the prey means food or insect whatever may be. So after that this can shoot out with the help of long sticky tongue. Okay, after then this animal stick on the tongue, it can swallow. Best example, frog and lizards. Frog and lizards. Next one, children. Next one, tear. Some animals are tear, chew and grind. Tear, some animals take their food, tear, chew and grind their food. So what are those animals? So best example, carnivores. What are the carnivores, children? Lion and tiger. These are the some example. Lion and tiger. When we can observe, these are the carnivores. What they eat? Yeah, flesh of other animals. So when they are taking flesh of other animals, here observe their mouth. So teeth is different. Front teeth, if you observe the front teeth, it is sharp, pointed and curved. So these front teeth are very helpful to them tear the flesh of other animals. After that, in back side of the mouth, some more teeth also is there. They can broad and flat, strong grinding teeth. Yeah, here if you observe the line, front teeth are sharp, pointed and curved shape. So back side of the mouth also teeth is there, that is the strong, broad and flat grinding teeth. With the help of this teeth, they can chew and grind. Okay, the sharp, pointed and curved teeth are very helpful for tearing the flesh. Okay, children. So this is the tear, chew and grind. Next one, some animals chew their food. So best example, herbivores. Some animals like deer, cow, goat, deer, zebra. These animals are front teeth are developed. With the help of front teeth, they can bite the grass. Okay, children. So these animals, after biting, they can swallow the total food. They can swallowing, do not chew and grind. But when they are rest, we can observe again that food material come to the mouth. After it can chew and grind. So this process is called the chewing the cud. Or mastication. Chewing the cud or mastication. Best example, we can observe the cow, goat, sheep. So when they are resting at the time, it can when they can rest position, it can come back the food from mouth, bring back to mouth, chew it and swallowing. Okay children, so that is in the some animals are chew their food. Here children, tear, chew and grind. Here one more example also is there, that is the crocodile. If you observe the crocodile, it can have the large sharp teeth and their jaws also well developed. So this animal are snap the animals, other animals, some which are come to drink the water. So it can snap and catch those animals. Sometimes these crocodiles catch the bigger than this animal. How it possible means, so here their jaws and teeth are very helpful to them. Okay children, so here jaws and teeth are very helpful, snap the other animals. Okay children, so next one. Okay children, some animals chew their food. So here we already learned about the cow, goat, sheep. Okay, those animals are cut chewing animals or next ruminating animals. Okay, next one we take the another example, elephant. We take the elephant. If you observe the elephant, how they can take the food? With the help of trunk. So long trunk, with help of long trunk. So with the help of this trunk, it can tear off the grass, branches, plants like that. So after then with the help of this trunk, they can keep these branches in their mouth. Okay children, so these elephant also have some broad, strong, broad grinding teeth. So with the help of this teeth, they can chew the food. After it can swallowing. So what is the another use of this one means? Trunk. First one, it can very helpful to the elephant to tear off the leaves and keep in their mouth with help of trunk. That is the first use. Next one, second one, with help of trunk, it can drink the water. Drinking of water. First one, taking the food, it can very helpful to taking the food. Second one, drinking the water. It is the second use, two uses. Okay children, next one, some animals are nibble their food. Nibble their food. What are the examples? Which animals nibble their food means? Here mice, rat and rabbit. These animals have sharp front teeth. So with the help of this front teeth, they can nibble their food. After it can swallow it. Okay children, so means small bit of pieces. So nibbling means. Next one, some animals lapping. Such as dog, cat. When these animals when these animals are taking the liquid food material. So how they can take? With help of tongue. With the help of tongue it can take the liquid food material. So how it can take? The taking process is called the lap. One process is there, that is the lap. With help of tongue it can lapping the liquid food materials. Next one. So some animals suck their food. Sucking. Some animals are sucking their food. Best example, butterflies. Butterflies, mosquitoes. Those are the some examples. If you observe the butterflies, here mouth is absent. In the place of mouth, it can have the one tube-like structure. It is called the proboscis. Proboscis. Okay, children. So with the help of proboscis, it can suck the food material, suck the nectar. Suck the nectar. So, like as some mosquitoes also bite the sucking the blood from the animals. From the animals. This is the feeding habits of the animals. Okay, children. Next one, if you observe children, so animals mainly two types. Later, these animals, all animals are free living things. They are living freely in nature, but gradually some are domesticated. Some are domesticated. So such as cow, goat, sheep, buffaloes, elephant, camel, donkey. So these are the some domesticated animals. Why we domesticate? So now we discuss. So now most of the animals are domesticated. Why? Because we have the some use. That's why we are domesticate these animals. So for example, cow, goat, sheep, camel. So from these animals we get milk. We get milk. That's why we can domesticate these animals. Okay, children. Some animals like hens and ducks. Hens and ducks. Why we keep? So why? Because here from these animals we get eggs. We get eggs. Next, bullocks, oxes. So next, buffaloes. So these are horses. These animals are keep us because of farming. Because farming. Next, hens, goats and sheep. These are keepers for chicken and mutton. Chicken and mutton. That's why we keep us. Some animals, camel, elephant and donkey. So why we can domesticate these animals? So these are carry the loads. These are carry the loads. So here chicken we get chicken and mutton. Okay, children. So which animals are carry the loads? They need energy. That's why we must provide the energy giving food in a large quantity. In a large quantity. If you observe the camel, so where it is living? In deserts. In deserts. These animals also known as sheep of desert. Sheep of desert. Next, elephants are using in a forest. Why? Because these animals are carry the big logs. Next, donkeys. These are using in hill region. When we travel in hill region, at the time these donkeys are very helpful to us. Carry our luggage, our loads. Okay, children. So in different ways we can utilize our animals. That's why we can domesticate it. We domesticate these animals. We get some products and some use. Okay, children. So when we keep us with us, these all domestic animals are depend upon their food for us. They are completely depend upon us. So not only when we are providing food is, when we provide the food, it is the very healthy food. We can provide the healthy food. Next, clean water. Next, shelter. So here the shelter also very hygienic condition. It is must. So we must provide the food, water and shelter for these domesticated animals. Food, water, shelter. So listen, children, which animals are give us the eggs? So we provide for those animals proteinous food. We must provide the proteinous food for these animals, hens, ducks. Okay. So if we not provide this healthiest food or for clean water and hygienic shelter, we not provide, these animals may cause the diseases. Okay, if these animals are fall in diseases, we must consult the doctors. Okay, so regularly means monthly once we we check the animals. Okay, children. So who treat the animals? Means who treat the disease of the animals or injuries of the animals? Those person are called the veterinarian. Okay, children. So who treat doctor who treats the diseases of and injuries of animals? That person is called the veterinarian. Okay, children. So this is our lesson, feeding habits of the animals. You got it? Okay, children. Thank you to all.